Now, Adrian's a really interesting guy because what he does is he tries to save you guys money on your rates. And there's been a couple of times when, in the past, when I've tried getting my rates deducted and doing it on my own, I've never been able to have much good at all. But you're a bit of a specialist, aren't you?
I think that's it. I think the cliche is gamekeeper turned poacher. So 25 years with the Inland Revenue as a valuer for them, 11 years on the private sector, taking all the money back again. So yes, that just about sums it up.
So where do you see the easiest way of getting the rates reduced for people? Is it on empty buildings or is it on existing buildings?
I wouldn't say there was an easy way. I think there are numerous different scenarios, and I like to think that whoever I'm dealing with, you look at the various circumstances that they might be in, find the best way of doing it.
Do you think there's always a situation where you can get a reduction in the rates, or do you sometimes go to them and say, you know, you're paying the right rates here? How many people as a percentage within our area do you think are paying so much for the rates?
I would think as a percentage of the ones I've looked at, I would say about 80% I've reduced. I wouldn't say there's always a guarantee of reducing an assessment, and I think that's what some cold callers that ring people's companies might suggest. But I think there's a way of ensuring that you're not paying more than you should be, and maybe looking at future ways of reducing that liability. So it might be right now, but the circumstances might be that you could work it slightly different, occupy your building in a different way, make better use of the space, sublet some of the space. It's just looking at every individual circumstance and finding the best way of doing it. The governing body, or the main one, is the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. They have a code of practice to work to. I work to that code, so if I'm dealing with a client, a ratepayer, there's regulations I work to. If the ratepayer is unhappy with what I've done, they can effectively report me to that association, and for that reason I think it protects the ratepayer. Anybody could ring up and say they could reduce the rating assessment, but if they're not qualified to do so, the chances are they won't be regulated, so there's no comeback.
So if there's anybody out there that needs to have the rates maybe re-looked at, Adrian's on the site. Just go to the member search, type in ASR, and it'll come straight up with Adrian. I hope you've enjoyed this brief insight into the rates. It is really important because it's amazing how many people out there that I personally think are paying so much for the rates. So give someone like Adrian a go. Thanks for watching thebusiness.com.